Mm.
Bathroom break? Get out. You keep playing, I'm gonna pee. Ugh.
No, yeah, that was a fight. Yeah. Because of it being super effective, if I needed to, I could have just gone into the... Like, I could have just gone in, like, to the bug or used... Or for a hot minute there, used, Goldingo to heal a bunch of shit up, swap to the low kicks, Terra into a bug to get double bug, and then just hit it with a first impression. Pawn. This is going to potentially be a problem. Okay, so the... Actually, I say potentially be a problem, but we went back to save, and I actually, because it starts was, I believe, the fire mask. So let's actually use... Because it's... because it's the mask form, it actually doesn't have Mold Breaker, meaning I do have Flash Fire, and being a ghost type, I'm immune to Low Kick. This thing's 4 moves, or I believe it's Ivy Cudgel, Grassy Terrain, Slam, and Low Kick, so I'm actually immune to 2 of its moves, and setting up Grassy Terrain does nothing. Yeah, it starts off as the fire, and it basically can't hit me. Yeah. Actually, wait, if its only damaging moves are for this phase, its only damaging moves are fire, like fighting and normal. And actually, it can't touch me at all. Yeah, Ivy Cudgel, Flash Fire. You don't have Mold Breaker. So I can actually get up the 1 Swords Dance, and then just keep clicking Shadow Hawk. I'm not going to waste this thing, because due to having to fight all 4... Due to the having to fight all 4 of them... Yeah, exactly. You just need the +1. And then Grassy Terrain doesn't do anything, so it should... It should go to water now, and that is the one thing, and I will be fair about with this, where we said before that this felt a tad bit artificial because you have to fight all 4. It at least does not have a lot of health. Because it's now... Because now it's the water one, so because it's the water one, I can swap to the starter. I should be able to live the 1 Ivy Cudgel because it is resisted. But even on the resist, it's still going to do a fuckload of damage. Yeah, exactly. It's still like 1/3 of my health. That's a fucking resist right there. Flower or Trick, which this is Stab, Crit, Life Orb boosted, and Grassy Terrain boosted. Just completely and utterly one-shot that phase. Now it should go to Rock next, so then I should be able to do... If Grassy Terrain is up, I should be able to do the same thing, though we have the... Though, wait, no, I was about to make a point about Sturdy, because the Rock Mask normally has Sturdy, but actually it has the Embody aspect, so... Yeah, again, even though this has a physical defense boost, I can just crit through it, so we just click the button again! the embody aspect. Physical defense. But I got crits, son! It don't matter! Yes,
I'm back.
As because of the Pokémon I have, and also realizing that this thing didn't have a lot of health, this has been really simple, because I started with the Cerule Edge, because I was like, the Fire one can't touch me at all, just set up one Sword Dance, beat it with 2 Shadow Claws, and then because it was water and rock, I realized this thing can deal pretty well against them, so I'm gonna go back to a Cerule Edge, and it's purely for... I could stay in because of that form resisting Ivy Cudgel, but because this thing has a low kick, I would take super effective damage from that, so... Now, because of the, you know, grassy terrain and shit, this is going to hurt a pretty decent,
Shibonk.
Yeah. But, grassy terrains, I also get healing off, so let's try to burn it.
Oh, Shibonk. No more bonking.
I don't want to, but just because of the game might be able to like to crit, I am going to use one item and then just start dealing damage. I'm just going to use one hyper potion and then start to deal damage because due to the power boost and shit of this, even again alpha resisted, this still does a fuckload of damage. But now it should be far more manageable. Yeah, I might have actually been able to live that.
You would have lived if it didn't crit. That's the problem.
But,
it's the crit.
Yes, but now...
And there goes
a part of it, so because of that, now... And again, like I said, this is fairly straightforward. It's just a few damage rolls make it mildly scary, because again, I will be fair and say, unlike other sort of, you know, Titan Pokemon, they do not seem to have increased Ogrepon's HP, hence
all that much.
Hence why it takes a lot of damage, and hence why up until this point I have been going through this relatively unscathed, all things considered. Because that's just one shot. I didn't even set up a Swords Dance. That was just super effective double stab. I could have set up a Swords Dance to get greedy, but I didn't want to. Again, as a just in case if the game starts critting. Because something else we didn't know, we pointed out that's like, holy shit, even on resisted hits, this does a lot of... Yeah, I'll probably just do the same of doing the Dusk Ball. Plus, I feel that also, you know, fits it because, well, one, I am catching it at night, but besides sort of fitting the color scheme, the other reason the Dusk Ball fits is because of the whole it being an Oni and everything. A lot of people use the Friend Ball because that's, especially on the Fire one, it's a green ball with red highlights.
Yes.
So that's why a lot of people use the Friend Ball, but I didn't have one of those. I think that's how you spell it, right? Hanya. That's that Japanese mask that looks like a demon. But not only is it that mask, it is a mask for specifically female demons.
Yes. You're a female demon.
Let's see what the... Attack up, defense down. Meaning, if it had that nature in that fucking fight, that explains a lot right there. Yeah. Wait, did you check the nature of the one you got? Because it's lonely nature, so I'm like, are they doing that as a joke?
I don't remember, but I have the footage. We could...
You can check later. You can check later and...
Oh, lonely nature.
That's why I...
Hug the girl!
That was why I pointed that out. I was like, wait, lonely nature, is that...
Number 200.
Is that intentional? Because if that's intentional, it's kind of sad. It's also something else I learned in between recordings that I don't think we brought up before. Koraidon and Miraidon are actually fixed to be neutral nature. That neutral nature they ended up with, I think it was quirky. They're actually fixed to be that.
I thought so. It's to literally let you use...
It's because they have Terra Blast and the one other move in the story fight. And I think in the story fight, because they don't have any EV training based on their stats, it can end up a special move depending on circumstances. So yeah, that was a thing. Anyway, was that the reason? Now, again, well, it doesn't have a lot of HP, so like I said, I think it's not that hard. One thing that I will say makes that kind of difficult in some ways, and again, this is why the Ivy Cudgel does so much damage, even off a resisted hit, unless you're literally using, like, Eevee trained resisted. Because Ogrepon has to hold the mask as an item, any form of Ogrepon that is holding a mask, so the teal mask form doesn't count for this, because that one, it's not taking up its item slot, they get a 20% boost on all moves. They get a 20% damage boost to all moves, stab and non-stab. So because of that, when you have the double stab from Terastal, Ivy Cudgel is, I believe, 240 or 245 fucking damage. Oh, fucking power. That move's power is fucking stupid. So that's why... So that is why, because of how ridiculous it is, even behind a burn, or like behind an intimidate, it still does a fuck lot of damage.
Because if the mask forms, to justify the mask, you get a value of 20% free damage. Which I think is a good enough balance.
Yeah.
Because that's not absurd, but that also means you do slightly more damage than sort of you think you would. And Ivy... God, dude, this is where the Eevee training...
Yeah, I know.
Ivy Cudgel is 100 power regardless.
Yeah.
And because of the way the game works, you are getting stab off Ivy Cudgel. So even just accounting for the stab before Terastal bullshit, that's 150 power. And the 20% is putting you more in a ballpark of like 170, 175-ish. She's scary.
Okay, let's see how many vitamins and shit I have on. I have like 10 of those, so that would give me like half. Yeah, I have like 10 of both of those. That would give me like half for both, so I then only have to buy 15 for both of those, so...
You could also, if you wanted to, take a minute and go beat up a couple of Pokemon to EV train the old way for 5 seconds. Because that's still incredibly fast. If you're doing that, you need a power item, but you can literally...
Meaning I'd have to take off the mask.
It technically wouldn't take that long to get a few...
No, before that, because of shenanigans, it can move, like, you move a learner horn leech. And then might give it 2 TMs for its other.
What? What you could also do, especially after the Eevee training, because this would still net you a pretty good neutral gain, is she has Intimidate as the Mariana. Intimidate on the Mariana as a lead, but you just set up a Swords Dance to at least get back to +1. And you keep the +1 for most of the match, and you can literally Ivy Cudgel through most of her team, because even the...
Okay, with all the normal items, I couldn't remember what they told I'd have to go to one of the other stores, or I wanted to buy the vitamins.
Yes. Because even Ninetales having flash fire uses...
Well, the funny thing is, the moveset I was going to give this thing, because it's going to probably be the competitive one, I was probably going to give it Stomping Tantrum, and then, like, Knockoff in the last slot. Because realizing the 20% boost, Stomping Tantrum, even if you're not getting Stomping Tantrums, you missed a move power boost. It's like 90 power was the 20% boost, and I believe Knockoff, if it's hitting something and not removing an item, it's also like 70 or like 75 power. So it's like slightly better than stronger Knockoff. But that would mean I would have to make more of those TMs. So I might do that later, and just for this, because I do have 10 of them. Well, one, we're gonna have to go back to the mainland. I just want to see how...
First off, regardless, you could throw together a moveset and bonk the ever-living crap out of her team and do what I did. It's like, if you're gonna force me to use this damn thing, I'm going to Eevee train it. And then god damn it. Eevee training alone, even just the attack and speed and stuff, your natural bulk is absurd. And you can pretty easily solo through her team. I didn't even have Swords Dance. And I soloed pretty damn hard.
The Chansey supplies, what's up?
You do this every time, yes.
Where the hell's the Chansey supply? There it is.
It's the building with the Chansey on it.
Yeah. Just wanted to look at, like, because I have 10, how much would buying 15 be? That's not...
It's not that bad, but you do...
It also technically pay was money for one, pay was league points for the other.
That's the problem with the vitamins. They're good, but God, that money. Which is why fuck, I can't talk today. Sword and Shield in the DLC had that, you could get that vending machine in the dojo, and they bought vitamins in bulk, so you would basically get like a good, like, 30-ish% price reduction.
That's also, you know, why they gave you these.
Yes.
So, wait, no, damn it, I need to like 16, not
Yes.
on. So then...
Well, or...
I was going to say at this point, because it would literally be one thing left, I could do the go killing something for physical attack. Just 25. I'm not going to touch the others until that, so... Bag.
This is like
Back over again.
like super simple.
Special attack, defense. Damn it, I don't. Wait. Speed, special attack. Okay, I don't actually have the attack one.
That's at the other part.
Oh, of course. Why did they not just give you a single store for all of this in the DLC?
That's
no, I know that's HP.
Yeah, that's HP.
On I don't... Actually, yeah, those are the only
Two.
No, and special defense. I'll just get the attack one for now. Then I was thinking
Yes.
about maybe it might as well buy the. Actually, yeah, they're not that much money. Fuck it, I'll buy one of each. I'll just get the remaining on so I don't have to do this in the future. It's really not that much money.
Yeah, there are like plenty of things you can go beat up for 5 seconds. It's time for the question of the day. And my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, how do you feel about the fact that Ogrepon is, in fact, rigged to have a lonely nature? I find that hilarious, but I also find that to be somewhat useful, because that means Ogrepon naturally has a slightly lower physical defense, meaning if you use physical attacks, you could easily beat the Ogrepon by hitting her naturally worse defense. If Nature Mints didn't exist, I would be really annoyed at this, but because Nature Mints exist, I find this to be incredibly thematic, but I also find this to be incredibly funny. And overall, this does make me laugh because I basically did confirm the fact that Ogrepon is in fact rigged to have a lonely nature that is done intentionally, meaning this is the only nature that Ogrepon can ever have, meaning if you want a better nature, you need to use a mint on your Ogrepon. And the funnier part about that is the unintentional theming this creates, because Ogrepon is a physical attacker, one of the best natures for Ogrepon is Jolly, meaning with your intervention, she goes from lonely to jolly, and I just find that to be really funny. But anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.